Hello, I have been working on autoclave operations for over 8 years. Today we will learn about what is autoclave operation. Many of you could be very well aware of it, someone who has worked at a dental office. All those surgical tools that go in your mouth catch germs every time they are used in your mouth. After each use, they are kept in a small, let's say, a bread toaster size machine that releases steam heat inside the chamber. All the germs on these tools will die when the temperature rises above 134 degrees Celsius and 273 degrees Fahrenheit. All types of germs, bacteria, virus, fungus, no microorganism of any kind can survive above this temperature. That's the rule of thumb to remember, and many of you already know this, and this is the basic concept of steam sterilization. Let's learn this concept in little bit detail. Steam sterilization is generally carried out at temperatures between 121 degrees Celsius, which is 250 degrees Fahrenheit, and 134 degrees Celsius, which is 273 degrees Fahrenheit, under pressure of 15 to 30 psi. PSI stands for per square inch, and another condition is the time. If the temperature remains under this pressure from 10 and 60 minutes, then this is an established fact that all microorganisms have died. Engineers have already figured out the perfect equation of pressure, temperature, and time duration and program this into autoclave as a cycle. I know you understood it, it's great. But let me still give you an example for better understanding. If you are required to arrange all plastic and polyurethane materials in one cycle with peak heat of 127 degree maximum for a duration 20 minutes under 20 psi pressure. If this cycle runs successfully, it ensures that not that it has sanitized the plastic object at a peak temperature that plastic object can sustain, but it was also made sure that time duration and pressure range has protected any kind of melting of plastic or polyurethane or any other damage for patient and drug safety. This programming code is given to you, and on the LPU screen, you will see many cycles programmed, and your batch record would tell you which cycle to press. These instructions are written in your training SOP. How to operate an autoclave. You will be retrained once you join the company as manufacturing technician. In this training, you are learning traceability part, GMP part, patient safety part. Now we are about to learn how many different kinds of autoclave are used in the biotech and pharmaceuticals industry. Autoclaves are available in two sizes. One is big size, called horizontal, for large operations, and another is small size, called vertical, for small operations. For the drug's formulation, we need large size or horizontal autoclave for sterilization of materials. These materials are used in process of formulation of a drug. A horizontal autoclave is built between two rooms, and it is situated in a wall. It has wide chamber inside that a person can walk inside, as you can see in the image, just like a walk-in cooler in a restaurant. It has two sides. One is loading side. From the loading side, we put and insert the materials needed to be sterilized. And the other side is unloading side. Once the cycle is completed, the loading side door cannot open. Only the unloading side door will open after the cycle is completed. We don't want sterilized materials to be exposed again after cleaning to the less clean side. The loading side, which is autoclave room, is always C and D grade area, which is less clean area. Unloading side is A and B grade area, which is cleanest area. Hello, now we have good basic understanding of sterilization and autoclaves. Now we understand that material is put in the chamber of an autoclave in a proper way, so steam can distribute equally in that chamber and material can sterilized properly. Steam temperature should be reached at appropriate temperature mark in order to kill all the bacteria, viruses, and fungus. Every morning, before the use of autoclave can begin, manufacturing technicians are required to perform the moisture test. This test ensures that the autoclave is working as intended before we start running autoclave cycles for the day. This is an important test and a GMP requirement which provides a critical control for sterilizer performance and verification of steam quality. This test ensures that the autoclave can provide the validated preconditioning required, and this test helps in detection of steam quality that could interfere with sterilization of complex instrumentation. To ensure that steam, along with temperature and pressure, is working appropriately, this test is done every morning before any autoclave operation can begin for the day. Just like most equipments and machines, autoclave also has a log. Every day, the new page of this log is filled to record all cycles that this autoclave shall run. The very first entry in this log, first thing in the morning, must be running the moisture test. Right after the test is completed, the pass result is printed from the autoclave, and then this printout gets attached to the log. Just in case, if this test fails, you must inform your supervisor, nothing more. You will be directed what to do next. Every company has their own policy. When such situation arises, that is all you need to know as a manufacturing technician. After this entry only, you can begin any and all operations for the day. This moisture test in our industry is also known as Bowie and Dig test. Moving forward in this training, we will learn about how to load and unload materials in and out of an autoclave. Hello again. As manufacturing technician working on this operation, let's recap the activities that you have performed prior to autoclave activity that you are about to begin. Remember, you received the BPR, which was printed by the Quality Assurance Documentation Cell. At the time of receiving it, you signed a log, creating traceability. Then you took the BPR to the warehouse and received the materials. While receiving the material, you checked the part number and expiration of each material that was listed in Bill of Material section of BPR. These checks are put in place for patient and drug safety. Moreover, the issuer of material have also signed the BPR, creating the traceability as to who issued the material. Afterwards, manufacturing technician then took the material to clean room. Under a certain procedure that is called material cascading, which is nothing but sanitizing of all the materials when they are in their primary packaging and taking them to the autoclave room that you are in right now. Hello, now you have the material in autoclave room, which is C and D area. It is still controlled area, but not grade A and B clean area. All the precautions have been carried out by getting the stuff from warehouse to here to avoid any outer surface contamination to the primary packaging of materials. Now your guidance book on what to do next is your BPR. Remember, you are here to start manufacturing of drug. First thing is to sterilize and sanitize all the materials and send it forward for related activities. Your BPR has step-by-step instructions on which load and cycle will be loaded first and in step-by-step instructions. Let's understand that first, your BPR tells you that one load is 3 shelves in a trolley. Material on any shelves should not be at the other shelf at the same location for equal steam distribution, and certain parts will go at certain locations on the trolley. On your screen, blue bags are just a presentation. Once you are done loading those particular parts into the trolley at their designated spot, you can then slide the trolley inside the autoclave. Close the door, press the appropriate cycle button mentioned in BPR so this cycle could be done. Now there could be another cycle or multiple cycles for all the materials that are going in for manufacturing. Some could be just plastic tubing grouped together in one cycle, which requires less steaming time in comparison to all metal items grouped together in a different autoclave cycle setting with slightly high temperature and longer duration of the cycle. You got the point. Therefore, it is important for you to know and remember the importance of running appropriate cycle and setting the machine according to the steps mentioned in BPR. Thus, keeping the right cycle setting on autoclave's LPU screen and pressing accurate setting is part of GMP compliance. So if you accidentally set metal items that required higher temperature and longer time duration by pressing a wrong setting, that is programmed for plastic-like items with a little less time duration to protect plastic from damage of melting. But cycle setting program for plastic material may not be appropriate and sufficient or fully effective for the metal autoclave cycle. This science has been validated and programmed by engineers at your facility. Your job is to follow instructions. If BPR steps are instructing you to press cycle number 1, make sure you press cycle number 1. You got the point, do what is written. BPR says, press cycle 1, just press cycle 1 on autoclave control screen. Once you have loaded the autoclave cycle and started the machine, another manufacturing technician would verify that this step was completed in BPR as instructed. And this would be done by signing right next to the executor in BPR. Another thing to remind that all instruction steps have 2 columns, one for the executor technician and one for the verifier technician. Remember dual control. One technician executes and another technician verifies. Both manufacturing technicians are recording the activities as completed in real time along with date and their initials. Once the autoclave circle has begun, the autoclave would start to print a printout similar to ECG machines. You probably have seen those at hospitals and on TV, or like a receipt from a grocery store. Every single minute, it records the heating temperature inside the autoclave chamber, and this increased temperature then gets relayed and printed on the printout every minute, till it reaches the peak temperature desired and stays at the peak for the validated time. Then the temperature starts to decline, it reaches back down to 105 degrees Celsius or so. Then cycle stops. Manufacturing technician, or you in this case, will take the printout and ensure that the end of the printout mentions pass or fail. Autoclave machines are advanced enough to know that the cycle was completed. According to the engineering principles programmed into this machine, autoclave will automatically shut off. You can print a duplicate copy here as well for the printout, as one copy goes into the autoclave log to create traceability of autoclave work. The second printout will go on the BPR as a proof of sterilization. And as you remember, this printout is raw data or metadata. The autoclave printout record is attached to the BPR as well. Your autoclave operation is done at this point. Now the autoclave door on the unloading side will open only, which is more cleaner B&A grade. Next activities will be performed from there. Now all the sterilized materials have reached BA grade area. Manufacturing technicians will take the materials to the appropriate room, as some material will be taken to the formulation room and some will be taken to the filling room. All materials will be sent to the appropriate room and to start the activity. Next training, we will discuss what it could be that you would beat manufacturing because a drug has few stages in development of a drug product. We will learn more in next training. Thank you for being here today. See you in next class.